getting ready for the new role and all this kind of stuff. And
it'll take care of itself, but also, as I said, don't feel free to reach out to me as well.
Yeah.
I know it's cliche, but I genuinely mean it.
Thank you.
Because you go for a lot of stuff. Even the first couple of weeks, mate, I had so much imposter syndrome when I was in the role.
Yeah.
So like that's also connect with these guys.
Yeah.
I'll add you to the WhatsApp or the WhatsApp of Illumi. Just post stuff in there. Like people ask, like, going into the job today, first week, you guys got any things I can do?
Literally just like.
Yeah, but they're as I said, they're happy to have you there because it's so hard to find good people in the market these days.
I just got a really, really good vibe with the managers.
Yeah.
Like, the two gentlemen that were in the interview, the SDR manager and the sales manager.
Yeah.
And I think one of my biggest takeaways was these guys. I thought to myself, I want to work. Like, I want you guys to be my manager because they were so full of useful information.
Genuine.
Really genuine, really, really supportive. So I knew it was going to be a really good place to learn and grow.
Yeah.
They spoke about so much that was only meant to be like an hour, it ended up being an hour and a half. They spoke about so much stuff that they didn't even need to talk about.
Yeah.
At that point.
Like what kind of stuff?
We're talking about like onboarding processes and what to look for and what you should be doing. They were talking about what to look for in a company or that you're applying for as a first-time SDR.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff that was like really general, even though.
Yeah. You
mean?
could almost have taken that knowledge to go for another firm.
Right. Exactly.
So just like from not a mate standpoint, but like an informal standpoint, giving you a heads up.
And then but I'm quite confident in interviews.
Yeah, you saying that.
Yeah.
What do you think helped as well, if anything, from Entr Tech to land it?
To land the interview?
Well, no, sorry, to land the role. Like, was there anything from, do you think just...
The thing with Entr Tech is like, I only need a seed of information, a little bit of information to get started on something. And then a lot of the theory and all that kind of stuff makes sense to me only in context. So now that I'm in work, a lot of the stuff that's on Entr Tech will make more sense. My biggest takeaway from the course was how similar the process of looking for work is to the role itself.
100%.
And huge.
Yeah.
So I'm just old enough to come from a time when if you wanted to stand out as an applicant, you had to print off tons of CVs, dress up, go to the company that you wanted to work for, speak to the receptionist, get her to call the manager, hope he's willing to take time out of his day to come downstairs, shake your hand, and then try and make yourself memorable there and then. And then we've sort of got to a time now where it's just, you click apply. And
you're making me feel old now. Like how old are you?
36.
36, 32, It's true though.
So now we've got to this place, and it's like I've essentially built. Well, I've changed careers like 3 times in my life. I've built 2 long careers in my life, essentially off of my ability to engage people, win people's trust, communicate with people. So it's all very in person.
And what, obviously, I know your background. What careers? So barista is your latest.
I was an athlete until I was 21.
Yeah.
I was a personal trainer for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Then I went into sports coaching. I was a sports coach for 7 or 8 years. I did youth work. And then I had a major injury, a life setback, and a global pandemic all in the same year.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They say it comes in 3s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2020 was really, really rough.
Yeah.
And then accidentally got into hospitality.
Yeah.
Because I need to be active, and the only things open during pandemic were supermarket work. So I got into hospitality. I'm very obsessive. I started to learn about coffee, and I found it really, really interesting.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I tell you what, but in a great way, because I think you're almost a perfect student for Entr Tech. Let's say 85% are Chris, which is maybe 95.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people come to Entr Tech because they realise, damn, I want to now being an industry that has the growth, AI, generative AI, they now want earning potential, and they almost want the flexibility to have their weekends back.
Exactly.
But I say that for you because not only were you a career switcher really keen and you're like, I can't, Jack, I've got to make this work. I literally need to make this work, but I could tell you were obsessive about learning things. I could tell you that sort of mindset. If you get into something, you're in. And then I could tell you were really asking great questions, really engaged.
It can be quite compulsive.
So coffee was it for you?
Coffee was, I didn't choose to make coffee a career. I wasn't thinking like that at 30. I was in quite a dark place. I wasn't thinking about the future. So it was just like, coffee's really interesting. I ended up in a coffee lab, learning about essentially like being a sommelier, but for coffee.
Interesting.
So learning sensory theory and all that kind of stuff, and learning about coffee trade and farmers and agriculture and all that kind of stuff.
In London?
Right. And then became a barista. The plan was always to find something to do with my life. Being a barista was just like while I'm trying to figure something out. The problem is that phase lasted for 5 years. And that whole 5 years, I was literally just throwing stuff at a wall to see what would stick. I come out of COVID, all of my tech friends were learning to code, getting into crypto, machine learning, all the data science through COVID. By 22, 23, all my friends were buying houses in zone 2. And I was like, what am I missing here? Right? And I'm there looking at, I was already aware by that point that I have a really strong set of transferable skills. I just need to find a more lucrative market for them. 100%. So I was looking at real estate, I was looking at recruitment, I was looking at all these things. I tried doing coding and machine learning like my friends were doing, but I've got too much ADHD. I'm like, I want to be more active and engaging, and that's like bored me to tears. Interests me, but I don't want to do the technical role. So doing all these things, and then I got to a point where it was like the amount of different courses that I've tried and different skills that I've tried to learn in a 5-year period is insane. Like I've, for the last 5 years, always been learning a skill of some kind, but nothing has ever stuck. And I've just got to a point where it's like, if I don't figure something out now, I felt like I was running out of time. And then just serendipitously, I don't know how, like sales, I don't actually remember how I discovered Entr Tech. I don't remember how I discovered sales. I haven't got a clue. I think it was recruitment. Because I was looking at an internship for a recruitment company.
Interesting. It's funny how it works. Like people find out, I was speaking, funny enough, the bar just turned up, speaking to her and someone else outside and saying like randomly, people find us, we got to do more to get our word out there, but people find us at the right time in their lives where they're like, actually I want now a change where I can work in tech but not be sat behind a computer screen and be coding, but actually use my interpersonal skills and actually be in a dynamic environment.
I think a huge boost for me was realizing that you don't necessarily need to I didn't necessarily need to aggressively upskill in order to make more money, get a better job or whatever. It was more about finding, making slight tweaks and packaging my skill set in an environment where it was more valued, where there was more money on the table. And basically just go with
also
the money.
Direction, I think. Like having a support network where you're almost getting there quicker and have a direction. I think a lot of people that come to us, I always say innately they've got the skills, but we're just that vessel to get them there quicker or to the better destination.
So for me, it was really like, as soon as I realized, going back to what I said about printing off CVs and doing, as soon as I realized what an SDR does and company research and prospecting and how to find out who to reach out to within a company, how to set up your cold calls, how to write those emails, I was immediately, for me, like applying for a job that way, applying those skills to looking for a job made so much more sense to me. Because that's how I used to apply for jobs successfully back in the day. So that's where it clicked for me. I was like, oh, I can do this.
Nice.
I can do this.
And I think one thing I connected with you on was you were saying you wanted to almost you were traveling and mountain climbing, I'm correct, in your 20s, and you're like, Jack, I want to be in that position in 2 years' time, where if I put in hard work, I can almost work digitally with my skills. So is that the end goal?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to have more work-life balance, obviously. I think that's the goal for me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that in this industry it's not uncommon for people to like have a job where you can some companies will let you work remotely for a month of the year. Some companies will let you work remotely for 2 months of the year. You could work completely remotely. I just feel like that kind of limits your prospects in terms of companies you can work for.
And progression.
Particularly
maybe.
in this in this country, sorry. I think in America it's a lot more sort of embraced and widely accepted because the country is so big that if your company is based in Washington, why would you limit your talent pool to that geographic area?
True.
So it's a lot more common for people across America to work remotely. Whereas in this country, it's smaller and most of the money is down here in London. And so I think there needs to be a little bit of realism applied to remote working roles. Again, I think it's quite difficult. It's just a different culture in this country, but you still get a lot more flexibility. A lot more flexibility, you know.
Good stuff. And then just to wrap, like, what excites you most about your new career and your new role? Obviously, how are you feeling about it all?
I wanted to recapture a little bit of what I had when I was a sports coach and an athlete again, which is doing something that you can constantly improve on and being in something that you are constantly being challenged and constantly having to learn something new and constantly finding ways to improve. And there's no real ceiling on that. You're just in this constant state of growth and challenge and learning and development. Everything I've done before has been so niche, you kind of hit the ceiling very quickly. And I hate that. I hate being on autopilot. I hate being a big fish in a little pond.
I'm the same.
I hate it. I want to be a white belt for the rest of my life. I just want to be
challenged.
I want to be in a room around people that are bold and want to win and dream and be good at what they do, and challenge each other, be competitive, push each other, and have something that I can constantly get better at.
And hopefully earn as well, right? It's a very British thing.
I think that comes naturally.
Naturally,
I think if you know where the money is, which is in tech, and you're really good at what you do, the money comes naturally.
Legend. Thanks so much, mate.
Thank you.
Great to have you on.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for everything.